Hello viewers, and welcome to Reggae Voice Commentary for this another Thursday evening. Yep, quite a bit has happened across the globe where Jamaicans are concerned. So, without further ado, let's get right into the matter. Before we touch on players, movements, how they're doing with clubs, and other updates, what I will start with is a memorandum of understanding that the Jamaica Football Federation has signed today with the Jamaica Esports Federation. So, what does this mean? Well, it means that Jamaica, the Football Federation, has signed a partnership with the Jamaica Esports Federation. What does this mean? Well, it means that Jamaicans as a whole, will now get the opportunity to compete in the Esports FIFA World Cup and the Esports FIFA Nations League. For people who may be wondering, what is esports? It's video games competing on PlayStation, Xbox, in football games, specifically FIFA. So now Jamaicans have the opportunity to compete against the globe in another avenue. This is a 1 year partnership and it has the possibility to be extended for a further year. So we'll see. We'll see how things go where that is concerned. But Dalton Wint, as you'll hear from him on TVJ Sports this evening at roughly 7:55 p.m. Jamaica time, he's excited about the prospect and he's looking forward to possibly renew in the near future. So hopefully this is a project that Jamaicans will buy into the near future. So now that we've gotten the technological aspect out of the way, let's go to the Europa League, shall we? Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey played for Bayer Leverkusen today in a 6-2 victory over French club Nice. He was the man of the match and he created 2 assists. Wes Morgan. Wes Morgan played for Leicester City in a 3-0 victory over Zorya Luhansk of Ukraine, also in the UEFA Europa League. Kemaruf. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, after you watch this video, watch Kemaruf's goal today for Rangers against Standard Liège in the UEFA Europa League. Brilliant, I tell you. Who else is on fire? Ivan Toney at Brentford. Who else is on fire? Daniel Johnson at Preston North End. Who else is on fire? Everybody. Nick Daly got some good form to the end of the United Soccer League. In addition to him as well, we know Kevin Lambert finding the back of the net for Phoenix Rising FC. The United Soccer League is actually going to heat up this weekend with the playoffs. The Western and the Eastern Conference finals. Phoenix Rising FC, the team of Damian Lowe and Kevin Lambert, will play Said Robinson of El Paso Locomotive. Over in the East, Jordan Scarlett of Tampa Bay Rowdies. Yeah, they'll be in action. And they will take on Devon Williams, Jason Johnson, and Louisville City FC. If you ask me my prediction, I'll go with Phoenix Rising FC versus Louisville City FC final. That's what I would go with at this point in time. What else is happening? Quite a bit. Corey Burke, or as fans in Pennsylvania call him, Scory Burke, he's back in MLS and he's playing. Andre Blake is making saves like whoa. What about the FIFA 21 video game? In the FIFA 21 video game, Leon Bailey has a player rating of 80. Can you believe that? 80. And when you're 80, you know what that means? It means that you are in the elite bracket. Who are the other Jamaicans in the mix in the high ratings? Well, Andre Blake, 75. Kemar Lawrence, 74. Ravel Morrison, Bobby Reed, Michael Hector, 72. Those are the top 6 ranked Jamaicans in the latest PlayStation game, well, latest FIFA game, I should say, not PlayStation, latest FIFA game, FIFA 21. Isn't that amazing? That is something to note and to be credited about. What's going on locally? Well, still no green light given as it relates to the kickoff of the National Premier League on November 14. If you ask me, I think it's possible that the league will start not November, but more so December or even early January. That's my instinct where this is concerned. That's what I feel where the Premier League is concerned. So we've spoken about North America, we've spoken about Europe. What about Asia? Jeremy Lynch, 7 goals now for Than Quan Ninh in the Vietnamese Pro League, the second highest Jamaican scorer in the league. Romario Gordon is actually the highest scorer in the league with 8 goals. Yeah. You know who else is scoring down there in Vietnam as well? Siobhan Walsh. Jamaicans are just making a hub for themselves in Vietnam. What else? From the women's perspective, Tiffany Cameron. Tiffany Cameron of Ferencvárosi in the Hungarian league have been drawn to face Racing FC out of Luxembourg in the first qualifying round of the UEFA Women's Champions League. Tiffany Cameron, who played for Jamaica at the Women's World Cup last year in France, will be the only Jamaican playing in the UEFA Women's Champions League this year. Last year, the only Jamaican woman that participated in the UEFA Women's Champions League was Denisha Blackwood for Slavia Prague. She went to the round of 16 of the competition before being eliminated to Arsenal. Strong team, that Arsenal. Okay, before I touch on what you guys have been saying in the comments, let me just touch that Phoenix Rising FC have decided not to host the final if they reach that far. And you might be saying, why? Why would a team want to give up home field advantage? Well, as you remember, San Diego Loyals, they forfeited the game, giving 3 points to Phoenix Rising FC. And they feel that the club values, they think that things should be done fair and there should be equity. So, yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments, right? RT Vibe says, big up Simon. David Nicholson says, hello Simon, how are you doing? I'm fine. Marla K. Henry says, man tired. I've had a long day, but I'm good. DJ Veneto, aka Damien Lowe. Kemarov Golmaji. Yes. David Nicholson replies the same thing that DJ Veneto says. Did you see Kemarov's goal? Yes, I did. Any eligible holding midfielders to keep an eye on other than Isaac Hayden and Kevin Stewart? Courtney Buchanan says, big up Simon from New Jersey. Thanks very much for tuning in, Courtney. Appreciate it. Javon plays, how does one get into the esports scene in Jamaica? Well, simply they can contact the Jamaica Esports Initiative. They can contact Andrew Johnson, Vice President, or Gregory Moore. If you want to know their personal contact details, then you can private message me on Instagram at simon.preston or on Twitter at SimyP93. Any news on Foster? Nope. Desart versus Speedy, who is better? Desart looks more comfortable at the MLS level. Indeed, he is. Mason Greenwood's behavior is shocking considering he has a Jamaican parent. If you're referring to the punctuality element, he's going through a difficult time right now. I think being dropped from the England team after the Iceland encounter has really shaken his spirits, but he did score a goal in the League Cup. So I think he'll be okay. You know, we all go through roadblocks and patches in life. It's just for him to overcome this hurdle, which I'm sure he will. He has the right people around him. I think Scarlett might be called considering our centre-back pool for Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure. Leon deserves an 82. I think what dragged it down to 80 instead of being in the high 80s was his defending. His defending was a 33. His pace was incredible, 94. Dribbling, 82. So The defending at 33 was what dragged it down quite a bit. Yeah. Are Ethan Pinnock and Liam Moore the best eligible realistic options at centre half? No, Mason Holgate and Ben Godfrey. They think Reed is a striker. No way a player who is worth 8 million is 72. Well, he's a forward. Yeah. Higher potential, Junior Flemings or Orlando Aarons. Right now as we speak. Flemings, right now as we speak. But if Orlando Aarons gets his act together, Orlando Aarons can be playing Champions League football. Would you start Mariappa in a CONCACAF 11 team? Absolutely. 110%. I don't know why people are giving Mariappa such a difficult time right now. Let's not forget, this is a guy that's played 400 games in English football non-stop. This guy has only ever had one injury in his entire life. One injury. When I mean one injury, I mean he's only missed football because of one injury. He's played with played with injuries his entire career, and the only times he's not played because of injury is by missing the Gold Cup in 2017 and by missing the Gold Cup as well in 2019. He wanted to rest his legs. So for Mariappa not to play football for 2-3 months, I personally don't think that's going to take away from his ability at all. He may be missing a bit of match sharpness, but I don't think that's going to diminish his ability as a football player. If you ask me, I think he deserves this break. And it's not like he's sitting down and sitting on his couch eating chips or crisps or pizza. This guy is on the field every single day training. The only thing that is missing is playing 90 minutes of football. And I think it's okay for right now. This guy has been relentlessly playing football from the championship when he was a teenager. I am perfectly fine if he does not get a club until January. I'm fine with that. What are your expectations for Caribbean clubs in CONCACAF Champions League? Well, that's the thing. I'm not even sure if Waterhouse will be able to host an encounter because the green light hasn't been given as yet for their match against Arca High of Haiti or Hankook Verdes, or now called Verdes FC of Belize. When will we know the Jamaica team? I suppose you're referring to the friendly match against Saudi Arabia. The end of the month. We know this. Squads for friendly matches and squads for internationals don't get announced until 2 weeks before a match. Come on, guys, just be patient, alright? Be patient. Squads before qualifiers and friendlies, they don't get announced until a fortnight before the encounter. You might see a club say, congratulations, so and so, for this call, but officially from the International Football Federation or Member Association or Soccer Federation, it's 2 weeks before the game. And we're not in November yet. Bravo made his debut this weekend, was very good showing. Yes, disappointing that his team did not get a point or 3 points, but he had some diligent touches on the football for sure. If USA has young players on Barca, Juve, and in the EPL and Bundesliga, why do you think we can be second in the region? Because we can beat the United States on any given day. We can beat the United States on any given day. Remember, just because I play for Barca and you play for Stoke City doesn't mean that you can't beat me. I want you to look back at the United States' starting 11 against Jamaica from September 7, 2012. Look at the starting 11, look at the clubs that they played for, and look at the clubs that our players played for. That's just one example. Anything on Vassell? Nope. Is Andre Blake still planning on making a move to Europe? The situation is the work permit. That's been the problem. But, of course, he has a desire to play in Europe. Absolutely. Of course, Rob will have to get the number 10 jersey or number 11 jersey. Why hasn't Michael Hector been in the Fulham squad? He's only missed one game. He was dropped because of form. They make it seem like he's been out for a while. That's one game. Will any of our young centre backs playing in Germany will come for the friendly? No, they don't have any passports. Do you have an idea when the squad will come out? November. Michael Hector and Kevin Lambert are two best CDMs currently. Why McGee still played cartoon football at Belgium? Under 23 football is not cartoon football, and playing youth football in Belgium is better than playing youth football in Jamaica. Yes, I saw the Kamaru goal. Absolutely. I saw the goal. When will the squad be announced for next month's friendly? Soon. What does it mean when a player has shown interest in representing Jamaica? It means that he is curious about his heritage. Best wingers were Flemings, Bailey, Aarons, Reed. Pretty much. Where Stadium East is concerned, it's not that a green light has been given, but it's a venue that is being used as a potential place to have the fixture. Jonathan David missing all sorts of chances. What are your thoughts? Yeah, he's going through a rough patch of form. How many big CONCACAF names will miss the Gold Cup? In terms of teams or players? Anything on Mattox? No. Do you think Javan Anderson will get a cap? Not in 2020. Would you currently rate Ravel over players like Gio Reyna and Rodolfo Pizarro? Ability? Yes. In terms of form? No. Can some of you think about what you're asking before you ask it? Will Lambert go to Europe? The situation with Phoenix Rising FC is that they want to pin him down to a 3-year deal at the end of the season, but Lambert wants to go to Europe. And I think that there is interest for him in Europe, which is outstanding. So I think for Lambert's perspective, it's about winning the trophy. Going there, winning the trophy in the USL, and then focusing his football on getting an opportunity in Europe. Scandinavia, Belgium, Eastern Europe. Yeah. Are you following the CONCACAF Champions League? No, Portmore is not in it. Waterhouse is in it. Who is Jamaica's best striker in your opinion? Striker. Based on what we currently have, that have made caps for Jamaica, Shamar Nicholson and Corey Burke. Who do you think is most likely to debut in 2020? Ravel Morrison. I think Bailey is about to go on form again this year. I think so too. When do you expect Junior Flemings to make that big move? Well, the club said that they haven't made a decision on renewing his contract, so I suppose when his contract expires November 30, Jamaica need more quality friendly. Saudi Arabia is a good team. They're the 3-time Asian champions. They're the runners-up from the FIFA Confederations Cup back in the 90s. They've a multiple World Cup qualify a team that has been to the World Cup on more than one occasion, more than one appearance. 94, 98, 2002, 2006. They missed 2010. They missed 2014. And they're back in 2018. So yeah, they've had some decent results. They actually went to the round of 16 in 1994. 1998, they got a draw against South Africa, 2-2 draw. 2002, they lost 8-0 to Germany. Yikes. Yeah. Was it 8? Yeah, it was 8. Yeah, and then they lost to Ireland, and they lost to Cameroon. 2006 now, it was Spain, it was Tunisia, and it was Ukraine, and yeah, they only picked up a point. Will Topi make it to the Union first team next season? I guess you're referring to. No, I don't think so. Do you think some African top flights should be on the plate for some Jamaican talent? Well, like I said recently, an Egyptian club was interested in Siobhan Messi Marsh, but the COVID-19 pandemic has made a dent in proceedings. Do you think Isaac Hayden will get a cap this year or next year? Not this year. Would you start Bailey over Lozano in a CONCACAF 11? I put both of them in there. Heard that a forward in France named Nicolas Giacchini wants to represent us. Well, if you follow me on Twitter, you'd know that I've been talking about him for a number of months now. I was the one that started that tweet. I was the one that tweeted that. So, yes, I know. Nicholas has a Jamaican mom and an Italian dad. Simon, you are doing a better job than the JFF in every way. Have they made you an offer yet? Much appreciated, sir. No, they have not made me an offer. Yeah, it was 8-0. And that's not even the record in World Cup history. We'll have to go back to Hungary 10, Argentina 1, 1982 in Spain. You know, I think it was 86 World Cup, No, it was 82. 1982, Hungary 10, El Salvador 1. At a Youth World Cup, Norway beat Honduras 12-0. And you know who scored 9 goals that game? Erling Haaland. Yeah. You know it's Jamaica's biggest ever loss in international football? 9-0 to Costa Rica in 1999. Yeah. That's a fact. Our biggest victory, November 24, 2004, against St. Martin. Yeah. Luton Shelton scored on my 11th birthday 4 goals. And it was his debut too. Roland Dean got onto the act as well. Robert Scarlett scored from half line. Jermaine Hughes scored. Richard West scored as well. Sean Sawyers. Jersey didn't even sweat that game. Yeah. Do you know about the failed Caribbean League from the early 90s? Logistics was a big problem. JFF sign off on the match before knowing who is playing and no voice from the coach yet. I don't know what you mean, Norton. No voice from the coach. Our coach is not somebody that engages with the media often. He's a man of a few words. Will Berhina take Nicola's starting place in the squad? Yes, he has already done that. Vernon Paddock says 12-0. Yeah, we'll beat British Virgin Islands 12-0 and we'll beat St. Martin, the French one, 12-0. Since then, we beat USVI 11-1. That was November 26, 2004. We beat Bonaire 6-0 recently. Trying to think about some big results in recent times, but there hasn't been that many. We haven't had a lot of big results. Wendell Downswell had a number of big results under his hero. We beat French Guiana 5-0 in 2005. Yeah, we're not going to see those days anymore, that's for sure. Simon, these players that you are talking about, who can represent Jamaica? Does the Federation know about these players? Yes, they know about them. Have you guys seen Revel Morrison debut highlights? It's brilliant. Can we finish top 3 starting Lambert in most qualifiers? Lambert won't be the reason why we qualify or not. He'll be an important ingredient, but he's not going to be that linchpin that say, okay, he's going to help us get third. We still need 5 new faces, and I've spoken about that already. Do you think Junior Fleming should take this unfortunate event as an opportunity to move to a better league? Yes. And thank you very much, Jamawi Tomlinson. Yes, Bahamas 7-0, 2008, 7-0 at the National Stadium and 6-0 at the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium. In that 7-0 victory, I can tell you all the goal scorers. Ricardo Bibi Gardner, Marlon King, Demar Phillips. And in the second half, Luton Shelton, Andy Williams, and Omar Daly. In the 6-0, it was Dion Burton, it was Luton Shelton, it was Tyrone Marshall, it was Luton Shelton, and it was Dion Burton. Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, we beat Antigua and Barbuda by a big margin too, 6-0 too. Did the JFF make arrangements for the friendly with the Saudis before knowing picking the squad? There's nothing wrong with arranging a friendly before picking a squad, you need to know what is available to you first. You need to know who is injured. You need to know what is around you. So there's no problem, there's no issue with choosing an opponent before picking a squad. Yeah, like I said, Nations League 6-0 versus Antigua, 6-0 versus Aruba, 6-0 versus Bonaire. Yeah, there's just a handful. We beat Cayman Islands 4-0, but to me, I think we didn't come out of first gear that game. So, yeah. Yeah. Interesting times, isn't it? And our Gold Cup history, I can tell you that off the top of my head. 1991, we were eliminated in the group stage. 1993, we tied third place with Costa Rica. 1996, we did not qualify. 1998, we finished fourth. 2000, we got knocked out in the group stages. 2002, we didn't qualify for the tournament at all. 2003 quarterfinals, 2005 quarterfinals, 2007 we didn't qualify. 2009 first round, embarrassing. If you saw the squad that we took in 2009, we should have won the tournament that year. 2011 quarterfinals, 2013 didn't qualify, 2015 second, 2017 second, and 2019 an exit at the semi-final stage. Yeah. With who is currently interested in Jamaica, who would you like as striker versus Mexico? It really depends on the form. Strikers, you have to be in form. What do you think about Chamar being played on the wing at his club? I don't think it's a waste of ability. I think it's him honing a different skill set, even though a man of 6 feet 4 inches tall is better used centrally. I don't mind the opportunity to push him that way, because there will be times in the qualifiers where Central American opposition will want to drift him wide, and he's going to need that ability from his feet to be able to find a way to get past a centre half or get past a right back or left back. Simon Wagwan with the esports for Jamaica. Well, with this partnership now, Jamaicans, once you're born in Jamaica, you have the opportunity to represent Jamaica at a FIFA Esports World Cup. All you have to do is contact the Jamaica Esports Initiative, and from there they'll have national trials. Paris is on form. Yes, he is. 11 goals, 11 games. FC Kirka. Yeah, I think he's going to go back to Damjali at the end of the season. Simon, do you think we have any results to be actually proud of in 2017 and 2019 Gold Cups? '17 Gold Cup beating Mexico because it's Mexico. I mean, I know I've said that it was a Mexico C team, but we still beat Mexico. And when we look back in the annals of history, it's going to say Jamaica 1, Mexico 0. It's not going to say Jamaica 1, Mexico D team 0. It's going to say Jamaica 1, Mexico 0. And I'm very proud about that. 2019, the only positive that I took from it was getting the hoodoo of beating Panama in a competitive game, because it's something we've never done. We beat them in a friendly in 2009 under John Barnes, and since then we just didn't beat them. They're a bogey team. And look, it had to take a penalty to beat them. So yeah, those were the only two positives. Are the Reggae Boys currently better squad than Bafana? Squad? We have a deeper squad, yeah. Some teams arrange friendlies months in advance. Yes, we know that. What do you think of the pace and power stereotype tagged to black players? Black players are never lauded for their clinical capabilities. Yeah, I think times have been changing, and they're now being looked at for their technical ability, their brain. Once upon a time, black players would only play in wide areas. That's where Lindy De La Pena played when he joined Portsmouth and Middlesbrough. He was a better centre forward, I can tell you, than Brian Clough, but he was drifted out wide because Brian Clough is a local lad. So, and Gil Heron, when he went to Celtic, he played on the wing as well, even though he was a great player through the middle. Granted, he scored on his debut against Morton. Yeah, so he's still part of Celtic's history. We should beat a Mexico C team with ease. We shouldn't be surprised if we beat their C team. Yeah, I agree. Why doesn't Jamaica coach call Martin Davis for a national college? We don't have a national college, sir. How comfortable are you in Ben Godfrey joining the squad? Comfortable? I would be comfortable having him in the squad. If you're asking me if I think he's going to be a reggae boy, then I think the chances are probably 60-40 in England's favour. Any news on Lamar Walker? No. Do you think Jamaica has a better player than Ronald Morrison? Leon Bailey. How confident are you in Mason Holgate being in the 23-man squad for Jamaica? Probably 5% confident. Liam Moore is a starter for me. He should start. Jamaica need a Dutch coach, total football. We're still playing like 1998. I tell you what, if you have 50,000 US dollars to pay a foreign coach every month, then be my guest. With the players America have in this time, if they get it right, no team will be able to beat them in qualifiers. Well, we know. Do they ever get it right? Is Tapa the worst coach in the octagon? No. Who is available for a call versus Saudi Arabia that is English based? We touched that already. Simon, some trivia for you. What club was Bob Marley said to be a fan of? Bob Marley was said to be a fan of Tottenham Hotspur because he played a lot of gigs. He had a lot of gigs in London, so it's Tottenham Hotspur. He's a massive, well, was a massive, massive Tottenham Hotspur fan. And you know what's interesting? Yes, he was a big fan of Tottenham Hotspur. When I stayed there, he was a big Tottenham fan. When I go on, he was a big Tottenham fan. Research it. He was on Tottenham jersey and thing. 1960-61 when Tottenham did a double. Bob Marley's father is from Liverpool, England. And he was an ardent Liverpool fan who watched Matt Busby and company. Interesting. How much new faces do you think will be involved for the friendly next month? Probably 2. Probably Daniel Johnson and probably Ronald Morrison. Yeah, so Reggae Boys fans, thanks very much for tuning in. Really, really, really appreciate it. Yes, Rebel would count as a new face because he hasn't made his debut for Jamaica as yet. Any man that doesn't have a cap for Jamaica is a new face. So Reggae Boys fans, thanks very much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. I'm going to head over to Instagram Live now to answer some questions there. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at SimyP93 and to follow me on Instagram at simon.preston. All right? Stay safe, guys, and we will keep in touch. And don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary. And finally, before we go, check out my last video I did with Dr. Neil Gardner. He's a chiropractic neurologist who talked about Jamaica's challenges that they're going to have during World Cup qualifiers. So please, please, please watch that video by Dr. Neil Gardner. He talks about the challenges that the Reggae Boys are going to face during the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. 10 games in 40 days. That's not going to be an easy task by any means for the Reggae Boys. Take care, guys.